Quarrying in Ghana is one of the longest standing industry that has steered the country's economic growth and development for several decades. The quarry industry is the source of raw materials for construction, including granite, cement, gravels, and limestone needed for the building of the country's roads, bridges, and important infrastructure. It is an avenue that has over the years provided jobs and sustainable means of livelihood for many indigenous families in the quarrying value chain across Ghana. The quarry sector is known to create about 5,000 jobs at an average of 50 employees per quarry operator, and indirectly creating about 100,000 job opportunities for drivers, mechanics, and various service providers. In spite of these communal, regional, and national benefits from the sector, quarry operators across the country continue to face an increasing risk of collapsing in entirety. According to Regulation 176 of the Minerals and Mining Regulation 2012, LI 2177, a manager of a quarry site shall ensure that for any explosion, there is a 500-meter minimum safety distance between a blast and a person near the blast site. The regulation adds that the manager must ensure that the size of exclusion zone is increased if the fly rocks from the blast can travel beyond the minimum safety distance of 500 meters. Simply put, there shall be no human settlement within at least 500 meters from the quarry site. However, reality on the ground shows buildings within as close as 10 meters from an operating quarry concession, and in some cases, hundreds of buildings had sprung up within the concessions. The hazard remains encroachment. Human encroachment on quarry buffer zones and concessions is fast crippling the quarrying industry in Ghana.
There is a buffer zone that is created to limit entry into the quarry concession, and it's always 500 meters from the quarry concession. But as we speak right now, I don't know if your cameras can get there, but just behind this bush shrub, 500 meters from here, there's another group of people there trying to build something. They've already entered into the buffer and now they are coming into the concession itself.
We've tried several times. We've reported to almost all the governmental agencies, including Minerals Commission, EPA, Anya Police, the District Police, the Regional Police, as well as the police headquarters. And at present, the case has been at court since the past 5 years, and it's still ongoing. Encroachment has been very critical here, and they have encroached all our buffer zone, even including portion of our concession, which we have a license.
The law says that once I hold a concession, 500 meters around it, there shouldn't be any structures because of some of the hazards of our operation. So it means once they encroach upon it, if you are not careful, you cannot operate. At the same time, what I mentioned, it's very capital intensive. So it means if you are investing, you estimate that at least you will operate for not less than, let's say, 50 to 60 years, sometimes 100 years. So once that investment is destroyed, then you as the investor, if you are not careful, you've lost your capital.
From Greater Accra to Ashanti, Central and Western regions, many quarry concessions had to fold up their investment because buffer zones have been turned into prime residential and business areas. There seems to be conflict between licensed owners of concessions, the district assemblies who give permit to builders, in this case encroachers, and the chiefs who sell the lands to the encroachers.
I really don't know why they sell the buffer zone to us and they'll sell it to someone else. And anytime you try to take the chiefs on, it turns into a land guard issue, it turns into a police station issue, it turns into a court issue. And it's a cycle that keeps occurring. It's a cycle. We've gone to the extent of trying to demolish some buildings before in the past. We went to court and the people were moved. Just some few years later, that same place was sold to different people again. So we've tried the various options from our side, but now we think it's out of our hands.
For the encroachers, one will wonder if they know not the many risks they may suffer when there are blasts in the quarry site. Or perhaps, could it be a deliberate effort to cripple the quarry sector in the country?
Quarry almost 35 years in it. Na man no higher no higher I say. Nimpa me bia to nsu no ewu. Say you 2 na more say always catch enti. Ontumi ehwe ntumi nkosi aga. Nti be stress aban be bo na aban be bo an. First no obafa akọ machine. No be bubu ya dan esi, wetum bubu dan esi no. Hala be krom. Na mu na nso betem na ekunkum nipa.
What me blast e ko chirichiri na akọbọ ko se obi dan ye be ba na nchen so say ni say no always ka say no afa police for no mo titi ye be kwa report ama eti obi no munsa ya nante ho kwan na nyina de akokot umbe duru a umbe ye e ba beduru ba bi no womba saa ne abeji judgment still a won jai oyi mpenifo ba ha o ma behwe eni nti na mpenifo no ba na mo chesa ha ye kuru nti na watimi aye den wa breaki na amana kase bi wo blast amana kase bi wo ha nkoda no kuma na omukam nkoda ba 10 asase de wo ho bibre utimi ye kware na ye kura etowa na watu na wasako ba bi fufuro ope ba bi fufuro e betimi akoma na ba bi fufuro na wakopai wo ho abo de na eye kuro dia ese wo jai.
Carbon they can't say it's a town. It's a quarry land, and they're supposed to be away 500 meters from where the quarry is. But look at what they are doing now. If you see this property and you want to destroy it, meanwhile the same Ghanaians are complaining that they want development. So after destroying this one, where should the government go and get them materials for development? Should the government import? I can tell you in authority, because the Minerals Commission have written to the Assembly to ask them whether they've given permission for people to build, and they said no. Now in Ghana, I can tell you about 80% of the quarries belongs to Chinese. It's not that I think the laws in Ghana are not working, because this is fundamental. Can give you an example. Stanley's quarry was at Weja. SCC quarry was at Weja. Ghana Stone quarry was at Weja. They've all been encroached upon. And I know about 7 quarries around my area that have been closed. Labadi Beach. The beach is almost consumed by the sea. The sea defense that we have to do there. Where are we going to get material for that job?
The encroachers break into the quarry yard. Now, not about the buffer. They've even gone beyond the buffer, and they are now in the quarry concessions and they are developing. They do develop at night. They have land guards protecting them, and the quarries cannot do anything about that. Because if we choose to counter with any form of defense, it will be a bloodshed. The laws are not working. That is absolute. The laws are not working. And the worst of it, do you know that when we blast, these fly rods go into their living areas. We pray to God that the fly rods do not go and kill. But do they need to die before they know they are living in a danger zone? Accra to Kumasi, people are all now fed up because of losing our loved ones. We need multiple lanes. It is only quarry product you can use in doing that. Look at the bad state of roads. So if the prime product is not there, how can we build our nation? You cannot use gold to build roads because you are rich. You cannot use any other material in the world to build roads than granite. And if you wouldn't permit us to mine the granite to serve the nation, and you want to come and build your house on it, then it's not for me to decide. It is for the president. The rock is vested in him.
For the chiefs, we don't have any problem with them. But they control the land.
they issue without our knowledge towards Antu area. Because of the new building they are putting up, it's coming closer to our place. You know, in future, any fly rock can fly and then go to that place, whereby it will create problem. Formerly, we were blasting a lot of holes. Now it's being reduced. So in a day, when we are blasting, it's twice a day.
Fortunately, there are state-mandated and authorized institutions that must see to the immediate resolution of this fast-growing menace. Otherwise, not only the construction sector would be affected, but governments will lose millions in tax revenues. Millions of cedis will be channeled into communal infrastructure development, which would hitherto be done as corporate social responsibility of quarry concession owners. The art and crafts industry would also not be left out in counting their losses. When one quarry concession closes down due to encroachment, Ghana loses more than 7 billion Ghana cedis annually.
If we were to close that place down, the country will be losing not less than about 7.5 billion cedis. Just like that. For one quarry. So it means if you take even 10 of that, and what are being encroached are more than 10. It's actually nationwide. At the moment, where we haven't got any issues is in the north. If you go to Western region, Central region, Eastern, Shire Hills, Kumasi, Ashanti region, you've got encroachment everywhere. So we are losing heavily into billions if we let that continue.
Let it be known that whatever they are doing today, there will be a reverse. Come maybe another 10 years, it will become paramount for them to go back to mine that rock. Because we don't have much rocks in the country as we think. We don't. I have visited many regions in the country. And when you see a huge outcrop out there, if you mine it intensively, most of these outcrops don't go down as we thought. They don't even go down even 10 meters. What you see is just a protruding outrock. So if that outcrop is buried, and you go to another outcrop, and that one is also buried, the few that you have will not last. So we should not try that thinking we have many outcrops. We don't. And some outcrops are also not good for roads. In Ghana, we have only about 9 regions out of the 16 that have outcrops that can be used for roads. Only about 9 regions. Ashanti region, Western region, Greater Accra, Central region, Brong-Ahafo, the Northern region, just about 9.
Indeed, if the authorities do not approach and tackle this menace with the urgency it needs, Ghana will very soon add gravels, granite, and even cement to its tall list of commodity imports to the country.
Now, in the end, what could happen is that we might have to import something which we have ourselves. We always talk of 2 million housing units deficit. For you to be able to solve that problem, you need about 120 million tons of granite. If you use 60 tons per unit, and you could use more than that depending on, mind you, in America, for example, one citizen consumes about 300 tons of granite every year. So if I tell you that for your house, you need about 60 tons, I'm actually giving, let's say, what is our standard, but if we were to look at what is possible, then I would say at least for each house or each citizen, we should be calculating not less than 100 tons. So you know what we are doing to ourselves. And not that we don't have it, but we are destroying it. And you see, what people don't recognize is that if I have a reserve and I allow it to be mined until it's exhausted, let's say even 60 years, later I can still use that land. It can be reclaimed and used. And that is what is done in other countries. So you don't lose the reserves and you also don't lose your land. Once it's mined, you refill, you reclaim the land, and it can be used for other purposes. And that is what is done in many countries.
The activities of the encroachment is automatically going to increase the prices, because if we start to spend more money going to courts to fight litigations, going to buy weapons to give to security people, because nowadays no security company. I went to engage a private security firm to come and protect my quarry. The security men were assaulted by people who came there with guns and machete. So the next thing was that if they would take on the job, I need to go and buy guns for them. Where are we heading towards? So any quarry that now wants to have security, you equally need to give them guns. Do you know how much a pump action gun costs? If you are to spend money to buy 10 pump actions for security men, who pays for it? You see, we got to know, the more you are creating difficulties for the activities of the quarry operation, the more the prices will be increased. There is economic disadvantage. Recently, the quarries are planning to increase the price from 100 cedis to about 150. And I said, it is the prime material. Without it, you can't build. So you have no choice, you will buy. Nobody can challenge the price of the quarry product because there is no other substitute. We should thank the quarries for not putting a lot of high prices out there. It is a monopoly product. It is a monopoly product. So if we do nothing about it and they go the way they want to go, we will lose.
Personally, I only say that we are not respecting our laws. Maybe out of ignorance, because we don't know that the laws exist, or we are not applying them. And that is why the association has taken it upon itself as one of the responsibilities to educate the public. And just last week we had a stakeholder meeting which discussed extensively this issue of encroachment and what is possible to solve it. We recognize that apart from the Ministry of Lands and the Minerals Commission and the EPA, we also need the involvement of the Ministry of Local Government and the district assemblies. So that is what we are working on at the moment. What it, however, means is that the price should go up a little bit so that we can all solve the issues that are coming up.
It is high time chiefs who are fueling the spar between settlers and concession owners to be more responsible for the lives of their subjects, children, and generations to come. The quarry industry in Ghana must work again for the sake of the present generations and many more to come.